Alright, so here we are. We're about to start doing the diff pushing shit. I just unboxed the tool. It does come with this big ass sleeve and then a whole bunch of parts inside of it. We also do have the small rod and the big rod. And we have our 75W90 gear oil with the pump I bought off of Amazon. I didn't go with OEM this time because I just didn't see the point. I was like, fuck it, I think that'll be fine. So yeah, let's get to it, bro. So I just removed this one and this one. I was actually able to get it just by slamming a hammer on it. You guys saw the short that I made. I kind of rounded it when I was at home, or when I was trying to do this shit at home. And after that, I just stopped. I was like, fuck it, this shit ain't worth it. But I got it off. So we're gonna take off the exhaust first and then go from there. All right, so the exhaust is down. We just, instead of removing it from the hangers, just unbolt the hangers. So we have one here, one there, then a bolt here, a bolt there, and then two nuts here and two nuts there. Also forgot to mention, all the bolts holding up the hangers are 12s, and we just undid our sway bar links. It's a 17 on the link itself and then a 14 for the nut. And just do both sides, 17 wrench, 14 socket. That's it. And then we can unbolt the bar itself, which looks like another 14. So the sway is down. It was just two 14 mils here, two 14 mils there, and that was it. All right, real quick, just remove the protective shield right here. Just 410s, that's it. Before removing any of the half shafts or drive shafts, I am marking them just in case. You see, mark it here and there. That way, I don't know if it matters too much, but just to be sure, you never know. All right, so I also just removed a dust shield that was here, because I think I will be dropping the whole drive shaft. I was thinking about just letting it hang, but I kind of don't like the idea of doing that, so we might just drop it completely. So now the drive shaft's out, you literally just unbolt the bolts that hold it to the differential only. You don't really have to remove these that hold the drive shaft to the rubber piece. You just have to remove the ones that hold the rubber piece to the differential. Then you'll have the two center bearing ones, and then you'll have this end that comes out of the transmission. It literally just you just literally slide it out, and that's it. All right, so now I'm gonna go and loosen every single one of these up for the half shafts and go from there. All right, so here are our half shafts. It's just 6 millimeter or 6 14 millimeter bolts per side. Let's see. And I have some bungee cords, just because I didn't want like all the weight sitting on the CV joint. All right, so the sensors are removed. You can see, and we're not gonna drain this. You have the fill up here and the drain down here, and then we also do have the, like I said, the hose, but it's kind of hard to reach. You can see where it's at though. Oh, we did get it off. Okay. We already removed the fill plug. Now the drain plug. You can see how clear this fluid is. I changed it at the beginning of 25. You can see how clear it is. I kind of hate that I wasted this fluid. It's only been a year with this fluid, so this is the OEM shit too. Alright, so we just took off this big nut. It's a 17 from in here. You will need a pretty big bar. I would suggest something probably bigger than this, because I have to put a lot of weight on it. And then these are two 17s as well. So the diff is out. I tried doing it with the pole jack, but it was not it. Like, it definitely wasn't a smart move doing it with the pole jack. I should have done it on the ground, but I didn't trust it on the ground either. But since it was closer to the ground, like even if it fell, there was less distance. And I did drop it accidentally, so I did fuck up. and it did hit one of the flanges, so one of them are slightly, it's pretty bent. Actually, you can see it. You can see that one's bent, this flange here. So we're gonna have to replace this. There you go, bro. If you fuck up sometimes, it is what it is. It sucks. But yeah, let's just get this fucking bushing in, and then I can go on my life. You see, we have a nut, a washer, and then this piece. They'll be within the removal kit, where we are using the smaller rod first, and then we have this other piece. This one will actually go inside this big tube, and then we have another washer, a nut, and then the other side of the rod. So this is how it's set up, and yeah, you see here's the inner stuff. It's the inner core. Alright, so this is how I have it set up. You have this piece on towards the rear of the vehicle with just one nut, and then we have the big cup with the rod coming through, and you have two washers and the nut. It is a 32 mil. I guess shit never goes right, man. I don't know what I did wrong, but the rod ended up snapping. I'm really not feeling it at this point. You can see that, like, I can assure you this is fully flush. I don't know if I didn't use enough lube. Maybe I didn't. I did grease the bolt, but maybe I didn't use enough. I'm not too sure. But this job is getting worse and worse, man.
The next day.
Alright, so this morning we picked up a diff, $100 to get the new flanges. I also looked up videos on how to remove this. It's actually really easy. Out of all the things that got damaged, this actually isn't that hard to replace at all. And we also did get another tool, another one of these Z1 tools. It's only $50 to rent that tool, at $100 for this. I was looking on Z1 for the flanges, brand new, like $300+ for a flange, and then on eBay used $200+. We got a whole diff for $100. So there's that. And we're going to be using this puller and this slide hammer. I'm just going to thread some nuts and bolts on one of the flanges, hit it out, do the same thing on my diff, hit it out, and then go from there. So here's my old one, here's my new one, or my used new one, that you can see where the issue is. But yeah, I just used the puller and that was it. You just pull it out. You have to whack it a couple of times, I'm not gonna lie, but it does come out. And now all we're gonna do is put this one in place and then hit it in with a mallet. Don't hit it in with a steel hammer, hit it in with a mallet. Alright, so new half shaft in. Honestly, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. It's in. The setup is back on. I lubed the fuck out of the rod, and I ran a nut through the whole thing just to make sure every single square inch of this bitch has lubricant on it. I spent penetrating lubricant on the bushing itself, like the outer perimeter of it, and now we're about to use some MAP gas and heat it up, and we're gonna hope that this works. So you guys will find out here in a bit. Alright, so the tool broke again, or the rod broke again. You can see. I can't see anything wrong, like, at all. Like, it doesn't look like anything's chewed up. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. Like, I don't know if my shit's just abnormally, like, on there, or what the fuck is going on, because I don't see like any indentations inside there. There was like, it was at an angle or some shit. Like, I don't see anything, so I don't know I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or if I'm just getting unlucky. I don't know, but this shit doesn't seem to be working. I might have to cut this thing out because I'm trying to get this shit out right now. The plan has changed. The bitch is coming out today with that and with this. I'll let you guys see the aftermath. So we just pulled this piece out. It's almost like a two-layered one. The outer portion is still inside, you can see, but this inner portion in that is out. But we still got some more to go. So we finally got it out. We finally fucking got it out, man. It's literally just heating it up, hitting it with a sledgehammer, a screwdriver, and some pry bars. We finally fucking got it out. There she is. This thing, I'll be honest, bro. If I don't feel a big enough difference when I'm driving my car, I'm gonna honestly say either pay someone to do this or don't do this shit at all. I'm just gonna be using this little Dremel tool to clean out all the sharp points inside the hole, and then I'm gonna lube up the bushing and put it in. Shouldn't be too hard. I just deburred everything in here. You see all these sharp edges I just got rid of with that little sander or that Dremel, and we're gonna clean this, lube it up. As you can tell by now, I am not using Z1's bushing. This is actually the energy bushing, and the reason I went with this, I wanted to limit as much NVH as possible. So I didn't want to get all of the bushing, since I only wanted this one. Since this is the main issue with the car, is that this one goes bad. And typically from what I've watched, these never go bad, ever. Like every video I've watched, those never go bad. This is the diff that I bought from the guy this morning, and you can see they're fine too. So these rears never go bad. It's just the shit that sits in the subframe. So that's all I wanted, and that's what I got. You can see this is the orientation of it. The wider side goes towards the front of the vehicle, and this the brass piece goes towards the front of the vehicle. At this point, we're actually gonna put this harness back because I took it out the way because I didn't want to burn it when I was torching this shit. But I also did use a shit ton of grease to put it in. My suggestion would be to actually take out this piece and push it in, because it'll be a lot easier without this piece, and then you can push this piece in afterwards. But yeah, I just used some silicone grease. You don't use like just any random grease, because if you use, I forgot what it was called, I think it's petroleum based grease or some shit like that, it'll actually eat away at the polyurethane. So use something that's polyurethane safe, and from what I was reading online, silicone is safe, so there's some silicone grease. I put it all over the bushing. I put it inside the barrel or inside the housing as well, just to make sure, because there's a lot of bare metal there. So hopefully with that grease it doesn't end up rusting. But yeah, now we're gonna get the diff back, or we're gonna put in the harness back where it was, and we're gonna get the diff back in. Thanks for fucking music, bro. We got it in. This is torqued to 74. These two, and the front one is torqued to 81 foot-pounds. These are torqued to 80 foot-pounds. I couldn't fit a torque wrench in here, so what I did is I tightened it as much as I could, as much as felt comfortable to me, and then I marked every single one. And I'll probably look at it in a couple of days here and make sure all of these haven't backed out or anything, because you definitely don't want these to back out. But these are in. Now I'm going to put in the drive shaft. So I just torqued all these bolts, and they're all 74 foot-pounds. Alright, these sway bar links are torqued to 55 foot-pounds. I just did those. Alright, exhaust is in, everything is in. All we're gonna do now is just fill up the diff. This is obviously not too hard. As soon as the fluid starts coming out, that's when you know it's full. And we're done. That's it. Finally, bro. Finally. Oh, I forgot to put these bolts in. Alright, now we're done. So the diff is filled. I connected this joint and then I put this bar back. So now we're done. I'm gonna go home, bro. It's been a long fucking day. It's been a long ass day, bro. But we got it done. I kept telling myself I'm gonna get this shit done today. I'm gonna do it today. I don't give a fuck what it takes. And we finally got that fucking bushing out, man. So that's it for today. I'm going home, bro. Fuck this shit.